Okay, so just finished watching the game, and I gotta say, this one is a tough one to swallow for multiple reasons. I'm trying to think of what they are. Not quite sure what they are just yet. I had them, and as soon as I turned on the camera, I drew a blank. But you know what? This is how I do it on this channel. I roll it live, and if I mess up, you're gonna have to experience the cringe with me. But yeah, to me, I'll start with the positive, and I don't even know if there's a lot of negative, to be honest, which is weird because Carolina just lost their third game in a row, and I thought if this were to happen tonight, I would be very mad. First off, the first period was as good of a first period as you could ask for, and I just sounded like Chandler. As you could ask for, Friends fans, they understand what I'm talking about. So, given that we're suffering the third week in a row, as I said that, I thought, you know what? I'll remind you guys of Friends to, cheer you up a little bit. But as I was saying, the first period was almost a perfect period. They got one goal, multiple chances, and the through line for this game for me was McElhinney stole this game. And, I think it will balance out. Hockey gods find a way to balance those kinds of games out. But yeah, I think the through line for this game was McElhinney stole the game, and you got to be a little good to be lucky sometimes. And Tampa Bay, I wouldn't say they were lucky, but it was McElhinney because Carolina was the better team tonight to me. All in all, throughout the game, Tampa had some great moments. Even the first goal, which was the second, which was in the second, not the first. I wouldn't even say it was a bad goal. I mean, yeah, Reimer got beat on a weak angle there, but Reimer I thought had a good game. Some, like okay, he let in a good shot from a weak side. He played a good game, and Carolina still had a chance to score for to tie the game up. They was only the tying goal. I'm not gonna be mad at Reimer for that. It's yeah. But Svechnikov made an aggressive play. The defenseman read it, had a free lane to the net. Like that's gonna happen to me. But speaking of Svechnikov, another good thing of the first period, and this was throughout the whole game, Fost worked on that first line tonight. I thought Svech, Aho, and Fost worked really well together. And, I think Carolina's doing a decent job without Toivo. You can tell you miss him because you can spread out the scoring. And to me, with Toivo out, Carolina needs a fourth winger that can get points on the board. So then you can run the SAT line. And Nino looked like he was going to be it for a bit. And I think Nino at points in the season, I'm not going to say Nino's overrated, his contract's overpaid. I'm fairly solid with Nino Niederreiter, especially considering we got him for Victor Rask straight up, and uh, Niederreiter has more points than Rask has more goals than Rask has points. So I'm not gonna hate on Nino Niederreiter, be like, oh, this is no. But and when Nino Niederreiter gets hot, he is that guy. But I think we need a consistent winger to fill in a fourth winger. I think our wing depth is our weakest link, which for a deep team is not saying much to call it the weak team. And I'm trying to stay positive because it was the third loss in a row. But like, if you're taking each game at a time, I think if you were looking at this game itself, you can't really be mad because McElhinney made some saves that shouldn't have gone in. The one that hit off the glass and landed right in front of the net, and Lawrence almost got his first goal as a Carolina Hurricane and not a Charlotte Checker. And it just barely grazed the top of his pad. Like that's just phenomenal goaltending. And I'm not gonna be like, and I'm not gonna be mad at McElhinney. I hate Tampa right now because they just beat my team. But McElhinney was a big part of that 2018-2019 run, and to see him have successful hockey games at his age, and I'm not gonna hate on McElhinney. Do I wish he played well tonight? No. Do I begrudge him for it? No. So, there's that, and I think Carolina they had points where they were a little bit lazy. I think the worst part was other than the very end, which if I am gonna be a little bit ranty, which I imagine my all tens of subscribers, if that were wondering about was if I was going to be ranty tonight. I don't think I am, but I will get into something that is a little bit ranty. And, to bring up the protecting the lead thing that Carolina failed to do, because they failed to protect a lead, but it was a one goal lead. So I'm not really going to count That for me, it's 2 goals or above. You need to win those hockey games when you're up by 2 goals. 1 goal, it's like one lucky bounce and it's a tie game again, which is why I need to get insurance markers. But I'm not going to rant about Carolina failing to defend a lead like I did when they failed to defend a lead against Florida, or I think they failed to defend one against Tampa earlier. So, like, yeah. And then I'm trying to remember what I was going to say, but yeah, but at the end of the day, like yeah, now for the ranty part. Carolina, when they had the empty net, played awful. When they pulled Reimer for that first empty net for that empty net goal, it was bad. Like they couldn't get it out of their zone. I thought Carolina up until the last 3 minutes of the game was by far the better team. And I think Tampa, once they realized, okay, we're going to steal 2 points, which is worth four. Stealing 2 points is worth 4 points this season. So in a 56 game season as well, Tampa recognized they're like, hey, if we fight, dig in hard here, we have a chance to do something. And they did, to their credit. Tampa Bay, I think, I guess the equivalent of last July kind of proves that they know what they're doing, and they let a hot goaltender steal them a game. And yeah, I'm going to say they stole a game because Carolina was the better team. And I'll repeat that now as a broad spectrum. I think if Carolina comes out better in game 3 of this 4 game set, because I think Tampa was probably going to win the second game of this set, but because they were that motivated and Tampa Bay was due for a win. But if game 3, Carolina should have come out just as hard as they did this game, and they probably win a game. But, like, yeah, they came out hard and they still lost. It's frustrating. I know why. I see a lot of negativity about the game on Twitter. Probably will be on Reddit once I get a chance to explore that page. You can see it. And I get why the frustration's there, but to me, if you're looking at this game on its own, it was actually a good game for the Canes. So it sucks to lose. It sucks that they're on a 3 game losing streak, and they lost, in my opinion, what has been up to this point the most important game of the season, which changes for next game because Carolina's got to snap their losing streak. I don't care who it's against, and I'm going to have to check that when to see you guys, but I don't care who it's against. I don't care when it is. You need to win that game. You're on a 3 game losing streak. Granted, it was against probably the best team in the season, but you got to be willing to beat that team, especially come playoff time. So, no excuses for that. I want to at least be in the Final Four. I think that's what I want from Carolina, and I can see it. I can see Carolina getting back to the conference finals equivalent. But if you want, but what was I saying? God damn it, fuck. But well, any monetization I would have if I knew how to monetize videos. But yeah, so yep, next game. That's right. That's what I was fucking talking about. All right, Jonathan, just say what you want to say. So yeah, next game, most important game of the season, and if this losing streak continues, which, and don't worry, I'm not going to avoid Canes fans, which I hope it doesn't, obviously, then if it continues, then yeah, we need to then it will become the next most important game of the season. So after this point, I'm not going to call it the most important game of the season, but yeah, Carolina, they need to win. I thought they played good tonight. They played like that the way they did tonight against a weaker team. You're going to win games. So now it's time for the most important part. Comment down below what you guys thought about the game, and if you guys like the content I'm producing here on the channel. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And as I'm checking when I'll see you guys again for the next Canes game to really prolong this video here. We'll see you guys Saturday. Ooh, that'll be fun. A Saturday night hockey game. Can't go wrong. So see you guys Saturday. And yeah,